Hello, thank you for tuning in to our telecast. This is the Diaspora Panel, the voice of the diaspora. I have with me Mr. Olalawal from Calgary. Mr. Lawal, you are welcome to today's meeting.
Thank you for having me, and good day to all our viewers.
I also have Mr. Adil Light Adedigba, all the way from New Jersey in America. Mr. Adedigba, you are also welcome.
It's my pleasure being here this afternoon.
And I am the Jalaya. I am in Dublin, Republic of Ireland. I want to say a big thank you to all our subscribers. And if you are one of our viewers and you've not yet subscribed, please hit that subscription button. It is free of charge so that anytime we do a new video, you'll be one of the first people to know about it. Today, we want to delve on a video that is now trending. It was a video by some of our northern brothers and sisters who are declaring that the North may secede from Nigeria. They are saying that on foot of what happened in the last week in Uromi, where some 16 hunters were burned to death by some high-rate vigilante group that was in Edo State. Based on that, they are saying that they're not happy, the North is not happy, and that they have consulted with the Arewa Consultative Forum and the Arewa groups, or the Northern Elders group, and they are in concert with them, and they are declaring that uh, they may likely opt to secede, to pull out of Nigeria. And so this is what we are going to discuss today. So before we actually go into this, I want to share this video. I want us to have a look at this video and we watch for about a minute, okay? This is the video.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, this is a press conference organized by concerned Northerners. The nation woke up on the 28th of March to the horrifying news of a gruesome massacre in which about 16 people from northern part of the country were massacred in a very savagery manner that is reminiscent to the barbarism of the old Roman Empire. We have noted that since the event, leaders have issued the usual condemnation, and security agencies have announced the commencement of investigations. And community leaders have risen up to speak on the atrocity. But even as this was happening, some reckless parochial local champions have continued to insult the North and deride its people, fabricating lies and spreading mischief on the incidents. This is a very familiar scene in the last 2 decades. We are here to tell Nigerians that this incident is one too many and will no longer be tolerated. We are speaking after due consultations with the Northern Elders Forum and the Arewa Consultative Forum and some Northern professionals, and precisely because we have restrained our youth from reacting and retaliating. For the records, this is not the first time that Northerners have been targeted and killed under several guises and excuses. We recall the event of March 2016, where at the Mile 12 crisis, where Northerners were killed. In the same 2016, another massacre of innocent Hausa traders and settlers in Port Harcourt were killed. In December 2019, in Akure Market, is the Akure Market killing, where Northerners were killed. In Oyo State, at the Iganga, is the Iganga killings in June 2021, where Northerners were killed and their properties were destroyed. In April 2021, in Imo State, dozens of Northern traders and cattle herders were slaughtered in cold blood. by some armed bandits. In all of these incidences, the North restrained itself, even as they are far more larger in population than.
So, Chupo, based on what she just said, first of all, let me put something straight. All the incidences of attacks on Northern that she was referring to in Ngogon, in River State, in those places, they were not under the Tinubu regime. They were under the Buhari regime. At that point, they were not ready to secede because the Northern was in power. Now, there have been so much incidences of Fulanis attacking Southerners, especially in the southeastern part of the country. They're attacking Igbo villages. They're attacking villages in the south. They're attacking villages and towns in southwest. Most of them have been caught in trailers in those states. They have attacked people in Igangan, in some parts of Ogun State, and they are still doing it. There was a time the governor for your state went to a place in Okeogun, and the Fulanis were camped about 2 kilometers away from him. And some people are coming out to say that Northerners have been able to restrain themselves. When they are the problem. The Fulanis are the problem. They are the one going all over the country and killing people. How many Yoruba or Igbo people have you seen going to south, to the north, or to the Minibet to kill people? It is the Fulani that are going around to kill people. Now, they say that these 16 people that were killed, they said they are hunters. So if you are hunter from Kano. What are you doing in River State? Why are you in River State? And if you went to River State to go and hunt, and you are coming back from River State where you are, where are the meat, the bushmeat that you killed? Where are they? There are no bushmeat, but you have millions inside your vehicle. What is the source of millions? How many hunters can afford to have millions? And then you are carrying guns from River State. You are taking it to Kano State. Why are you carrying guns across all of Nigeria? And if you are traveling from River State to Kano, why are you passing through Uromi? Why are you not passing through Lokoja or Jeba? Why are you in Uromi? And let's even assume that, okay, you are hunters. When the vigilantes stopped you to search you, why did you resist arrest? And why did you hide your gun? Why did you hide your money? Why are you trying to run into the bush? These are questions Nigeria asking. So, Shukwa, what is your reaction?
Thank you very much. I think first and foremost, I want to express, my disappointment and, with the unfortunate loss of lives. I think any point in time when, there is death is something that, we should all condemn and regret. However, I think, as you mentioned, there are certain important things I think that needs to be, to be said, as we kind of review what happened, with a mindset of how we can, hopefully prevent it from happening in the future. I think first and foremost, it is unfortunate that people like Nagatu Mohammed are trying to gain politically, from this unfortunate incident. Because if you look at the books of the matter, what happened was at about 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon, a group of so-called hunters was stopped by a local vigilante group. Now, I think the first question is, why do we even have a vigilante group? It is because the government, and I'm saying at all levels in this case, have largely, not lived up to their expectations in protecting, lives and property. I think that is a very important point that we need to outline. Now, if you are a hunter and, knowing the culturally sensitive nature of, what's happening in the country, and you are traveling from the north, to anywhere in the southern region, I think it is not unreasonable to assume that, if somebody found you or found in your possession deadly weapons, there's a strong possibility that you might be misconstrued, for a terrorist or, so I think one question is, did they take appropriate measures? And appropriate measures could be as simple as, for them to have notified the police that, they are hunters, they are traveling, maybe even, collect letters, written by a police commissioner from their state of origin, something that even a local vigilante group can take and can call and verify. None of that was done. And I think from, some of the unconfirmed reports stated that the vigilantes, when the weapons were discovered, that they attempted to flee the scene. Now that was one report. I think another report said that that the vigilante, the situation escalated when one of the hunters allegedly stabbed a vigilante member. Now, I haven't really confirmed whether that was what happened, but I think it was very clear that when the weapons were discovered, they attempted to flee. Now, what would that have indicated? There were no, no evidence of any hunter-related activity, like, as you said, animals that were killed or something. But the evidence that was available seemed to suggest, more of, some unwelcome activity. Hunters definitely shouldn't be moving around with a large amount of money. I mean, the only person that likely will be moving around with a large amount of money would be somebody who is probably, collecting a ransom or something of that nature. So I think it is unfortunate that it happened. And I know sometimes these situations can degenerate very, very quickly, and result in unwanted or undesirable outcomes. It really underscores why law enforcement need to live up to their expectations, because when something degenerates into a mob mentality, mobs are very difficult to control.
Okay.
But law enforcement can perform the appropriate activity. I think, to answer your question in a nutshell, there are many things that doesn't add up in that story, and it is really very unfortunate that the situation degenerated and ultimately resulted in the loss of life.
Thank you very much. Lighton, what's your reaction?
Yeah, my reaction is simple and clear. These people, all what they are out to do is, right, they want to call a dog a bad name in order for them to kill her. This is a simple truth, right? That every day, every now and then, more especially in the southern part of the country, the northerners, they be killing people. Nobody raised an eyebrow. They went to this Gangan that she mentioned in the Okiogun side. They went there to go and kill somebody from a guy from Germany that was farming.
On his own farm.
So he employed a lot of people there. These people, they kill them. They kill the southerners without anybody raising an eyebrow. If they go to the police station, they will release them. Right? They just put a call across to Abuja and they will release them because the Fulanis are there. So all these things, I don't know why. If they want to go, let them go peacefully. Enough is enough. We cannot just be saying, she mentioned social contract. Social contract entails how we want to be governed, how we want to live among ourselves, right? So the idea of saying enough is enough, they don't want their youth to go into a rampage because before they are armed. That is invitation to treat, right? All these things, it has to be nip in the bud. They should be sincere in themselves, among themselves. That is it fair? Is it just? Because I normally look at before I jump into anything, I normally sit down, I analyze it. That is where I was trained, I was brought up, right? But you are now appealing to sentiment. They kill how many people there? They kill people, the suspected bandits. Those people with money with gun, what are they using money for? What are they using the guns for? These are the ransom they taking, no doubt. And they kill them. That is the best thing they can do to defy, to serve as a deterrent. But you are now raising an eyebrow that they should not kill them. Why should they be killing the Northerners? Who are the Northerners? Is it the Fulani that is going to ravage our farmland? Is it the Fulani that are killing people that people going to their farms and killing people a settlement and they be occupy the place?
Okay.
Are they going to be supported?
Okay.
It's wrong. Why are they appealing to sentiment? I saw a lot of them there. One of the former APC guy, the guy in Beret, I forgot his name now from the play too. Who is supposed to be fighting for the play too? They are supporting those people who are killing them too.
Okay, Lighton, because of our time. Shukbo, can you unmute yourself? You know what I found amusing most is that the North is coming out to threaten the South that they may secede from Nigeria. That's what I found most amusing because what are they bringing to the table? This is the North that lives on the South. They live on the oil money from the South. They live on the VAT from the Southwest, the oil money from the South, and the Southeast. And when Nigeria wants to make progress, when President Tinubu wants to do the tax reform, they block it. When we talk about everybody generating their own VAT, they block it. Anytime we want to do anything that will progress Nigeria, they will block it. And they are now saying that they are threatening us that they want to go. So why should we not allow them to go? Should we not allow them to go?
Yeah. So it's quite interesting because we do have somebody who is in government custody right now, actually, for asking, or at least asking questions as to why the Southeast, should still be part of Nigeria. I think Nagatu Mohammed's threats must be taken very seriously. She gave quite a lot of information in that video. She said they've consulted with the Arewa Consultative Forum and the Northern Leaders Congress, I believe, if I'm accurate. I think she should be interviewed, by security agencies. The details of what was discussed and the actions that they have decided to take should be investigated, because that could border on treason. I will say, a few years ago, there was a story of a young, I think she was an Igbo woman in Sokoto, who was stoned in broad daylight, allegedly, for, making some remarks that were considered, inappropriate, I think, to Islam. Nothing happened. Nothing ever happened. There have been many people that have been killed in Benue, in Plateau, and other parts of the country. Have any of the other regions where these unfortunate and gruesome activities happened, have they come out, to openly say that they're seceding? So, these are unfortunately political operatives that will capitalize on any situation to further their own political gains. It is unfortunate. I think it should be dealt with. What responsible leaders should do now, across board, both in the North and the South, is to call for calm and call for an investigation. I believe a proper investigation will reveal, the details of what really happened, and will likely answer a lot of the questions that even we've been asking, since we watched and started this conversation.
Thank you very much. Lighton, since 1960, when we gained independence from the British, Nigeria has been going from one problem to the other, trying to become a country. We never became a country. Right now, Nnamdi Kanu has been incarcerated for the last maybe 4 or 5 years because he wants to lead the Igbos out of Nigeria. Odumegwu Ojukwu did the same. He wanted to lead the Igbos out of Nigeria. We ended up in a 3-year war. So if the Igbos wants to leave, the North says they want to leave, why are we together? Why are we forcing each other on each other? Why don't we just allow everybody to go? Right, huh?
Dear lights, the problem is that our elites, they don't have the gumption, they don't have the capacity, right, to let go the country separately. Right? We are not one. The contraction is tired. The contraction is I mean, how would I put it? The contraction is no more intact, right? So there is a crack in the contraption called Nigeria. Let us go individually. Let each region go on their own way, right? If we go on our own way, it will be better for us. But our headlights, the military, those people who have the oil rigs, those people who are benefiting in the affairs of Nigeria, who are making use of this, our politicians, everywhere politicians, because they are benefiting enormously. They don't want Nigeria to go on their separate way because of the. So they prefer to remain like that, so that the West they are benefiting from the South will not elude them, right? But they forgot that if we should go on our own way, we have enough resources to manage ourselves. The North, how are we managing ourselves in the 60s? How are the northern leaders managing the affairs of the North? The Eastern region, they are managing the affairs of the before the discovery of oil. In the Southwest too, right? We have so much of all lies. But now they just believe that the little money is a lazy way of thinking, that we should not go. Obasanjo was saying this sometimes ago, right? Danjuma was saying it sometimes ago, because they have oil rig. They don't want Nigeria to separate, right? So my own take is maybe they should do referendum. But I like this man, the Mr. President. He knows what to do, right? He knows the stunt to pull if he wants Nigeria to go. But I believe Nigeria will be better off if we go separately, right? That is my take. And not only that, our elders, they should not just fold their arms in the southwest. I mean, the southern part of the country. These people, they are igniting the fire now. That they want to do this. They want to fight. They want to secede. They want to do this because the bottle is no more in their mouth. That is the essence of all these things. I saw this former minister, Dori Buhari era, the guy in red cap.
Yeah, I don't remember his name. Yeah, it was a former, I think, Labour minister or something.
Labour minister from the Plateau State.
From Plateau, so, yeah.
They are killing your people there. The Fulanis are killing your people. They are nesting your land. But you see came out to say, okay, enough is enough. Why are you playing to the gallery? For what? Who are you representing? Is it the interest of Fulani or the interest of your people? These are the areas we need to. That is where I said the gang up of our headlights. That is it. And it will be feeding the people, right? The middle betters with falsehood that the government is not good. It is the government that is not good. Thank you.
Thank you, Laita. Shukwa, I've noticed that for about 8 years that Buhari was in power, the people in the south were constantly attacking him. He's a dullard, he doesn't know what he's doing, the economy is bad, this and that. They were just bombarding him with, now Buhari has left. Tinubu is now there. The people in the south have shut up their mouth, especially in the southwest. The people are attacking now, the government is from the north. The north is now ganging up. So it is very, very apparent that Nigeria is at least two separate countries, the north and the south. And these two countries are struggling with each other. And you can roughly say the north are Muslim, the south are Christian, roughly. And there's this kind of this struggle that will never allow Nigeria to take off. Nigeria should have been restructured in a way to have what we have in the 1960s, where we have regional structures, where every region can develop at their own pace. But somebody came and took apart those structures. And now we have just one structure that cannot accommodate everybody. In the last 8 years, we have the northern government. Now we have a southern government. So it's not. So do you not think we should be reasonable? We should use common sense. This is not working. It's not working. Do you think it's time for us to have a referendum inserted into our constitution so that we can actually vote? Do we want to be part of Nigeria or do we not want to be part of Nigeria? Do we want to be Biafra or do we want to be Oduduwa Republic? Do we want to be Arewa Republic? And do you not think this is the time now to talk and say, listen, there's no need to fight. There's no need to go through all this rigmarole. Let us decide, do we want to live together? If we want to live together, how? And if we don't want to live together, let us have a referendum. Let us go our separate way. Do you think it's time for us now, for our Senate president and House of Rep leader to insert, for the legislature to insert a referendum in the constitution so that the Nigerians can by themselves decide whether they want to live together or not? This is a union, but there is no unity. It's like you taking a dog and a cat and putting them together. Of course, there's a union, but there's no unity. So what do you think, Shukwa?
I think your suggestion is quite right. I always liken Nigeria to a marriage relationship. For a marriage to work, the two entities involved, the husband and the wife, must, it will be a decision between the two of them, to form that union. Now, imagine what it would be like if only one part of the union is the consenting one, the other one is not. And that is precisely what we have in Nigeria, where you have brides that are saying, I'm not happy with this union. I want to renegotiate it. And the union is saying, no, you must stay in the union, by my own standards. It is not a union. So I think the first step that needs to be taken is there needs to be a conversation on how the people in Nigeria want to be governed. How should this union be structured? I think that is a question that needs to be answered. If all the parties can work out a structure that everybody can agree with and work out modalities where that structure, over a period of time or at specific periodic times will be reassessed and amended, I think that would be a path forward. I like that because I think there's actually benefits in numbers. And I think together, if we are able to form a proper union, I think it will be to the benefit of everybody. However, if it becomes clear that all parties cannot agree to a structure that, is beneficial to all parties, I think at that point in time, it is reasonable for any parties or entities that want to leave the federation to be given the process to do so. There is no marriage today that cannot be broken up. There is a process for obtaining a divorce. There is no process in the constitution today for any part of the federation or any part of the country to leave the federation. I think it is an important part of the constitution that needs to be visited, because what that also does, apart from formalizing the structure of how the union is going to be together, it also puts all parties on notice that if you don't meet the expectations of each of the units of this federation, parties will leave. It is important, and I think we need it now much more than at any point in time in our history.
Thank you very much. Lighton, what is your response?
Yeah, there is no gainsay that we've outlived our togetherness. And
they have outlived it.
Yeah, we outlive it. There is no gainsaying about that. So
technically, Nigeria has expired.
Nigeria has expired. So there should be we should communicate. I mean, we should commune a referendum, right? Whereby everybody we want to sit down. How we want to be managed? Is it we want to manage our own region ourselves, or we want to go separate ways? It's simple and clear, right? And thank God, some northerners, some progressive northerners, they are coming now. They are saying that northern part of the country can be feeding the whole African countries. Right? I saw it sometimes ago, maybe sometimes in January or December. Like one guy was saying me that this is what they can do, this is what they can do. Right? In the southern part too, right? In west and east, we can south, we can develop at our own rate. And it will even be better for us to go on our own way. We should sit down. If we cannot go our own way, let's sit down. How do we want to be managed? Not that somebody will be coming and if somebody will, they will just impose themselves. They will be in the military. They will be in the. They will be in the. They will be the. They will be civilians. They will be everywhere. They are. They are the. And they are the calculated few. And we cannot say anything. They will kill. That is the only language they know. Why do we still surrender ourselves to the manipulations of the Fulani? No, why should we? Because we are the Southerners. We are trying to be liberal. We are trying to be saying, okay, free thinker, that things will take the shape. But things are not taking shape. It's going is worse. It's growing worse every day. So we cannot just continue like this. What are we going to tell our grandchildren? Right? These are the things we should have addressed earlier on. Right? We want to have addressed this thing 20, 30 years ago. Right? Before where Awolowo and all these people were still alive. We can't, but Awolowo put it in the constitution. They said no, we put secession clause. But Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe said, no, that is, what is it called? He said, that is, what is this thing? That is calling, as if you are calling for anarchy, right? So these are the things we need to address ourselves. It's not, Nigeria is not working again. Everybody, when they don't allow you to be there, you continue to be agitating. You'll be agitating. But let us find a middle stand, a middle point. Yeah.
Thank you, Light.
We don't to do this. Thank you very much.
Thank you thank you. Light, Shukwa, this should be your last question, and I want it to be very brief because we're out of time. So we all know, everybody know, Nigeria is not working. After 60 years, with no electricity, there's no electricity in Nigeria. At least, maybe about 70% of Nigerians don't have constant electricity. There's no constant pipeline water. There's not enough broadband to go around. There's no job. There are so many things that are not there. And this is because when somebody comes to power, the other side will be pulling down. When the other side comes to power, the other side will be pulling down. So there's a great rift. So the question I want to ask you, Shukwa, is that we have been dodging this question. We have been trying to be politically correct, and there's no need, let's do restructuring, let's do this. I want you to be very honest. Do you think Nigeria is better off breaking up? Be honest.
Yeah, my response is no. I think Nigeria is better remaining as a single entity. However, that entity is in massive need of restructuring. The way the union is run today, obviously, is not working for all units. all the units need to come together. They need to negotiate a new structure for how the federation will be organized. And I believe that on its own, giving the right level of autonomy to governments at the appropriate levels, and finding a way, for example, to accommodate regional priorities, religious and fundamental cultural values. I think those will further help bring unity. Every part of the country is unique, and they all have their own strengths and weaknesses. I think if we can work together, again, on certain fundamental principles like equality, justice, fairness, I think Nigeria can do and will do much better than we are currently doing.
Thank you very much. Lighton, I want you to be very honest with yourself. Do you now think that it's time for us to go our separate ways so that we can have peace?
There cannot be any peace where there is injustice. In an instance whereby some people are above others, some section of the country are above others, some section of the country, the law that meant for some section of the country, they are not obeyed by the some section of the country. Right? There cannot be any, we are not the same, we are not equal. They believe that they are important. They believe that, like the case that we are discussing now, they'll be killing people. Right? I remember in the Lamadeshina, General Buhari and General Marua, they came to meet Lamadeshina that why are they killing people in the Gaga? And you are the people that kill people. You are the people that were killing the indigenous people and annexing their land. You asking Fulani to come and settle in the Gaga. Right. And this area are the food basket of the Southwest. That part of Ogun side. That is where they brought a lot of food, a ton of food stuff, everything. But you are killing them. You are using your cow to run on their farms. That is their livelihood. These are the problem we are facing, and it cannot stop. It is better that we separate ourselves. Everybody go on their own ways. If we don't go on our way, we will just be managing. We will just be we will just continue to be a free thinker in the southern part of it, in the south, and condoning them. And the more we are condoning them, it's injurious to us. Why are we doing injustice to ourselves? It's wrong. We should let everybody go on their own way. Better.
Thank you very much, Lighton. So we come to the end of today's consideration and today's conversation. I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Olalawa all the way from Canada. Thank you so much for coming to today's meeting.
Thank you for having me.
For my very good friend, Mr. Olaitan Ledigba, thank you so much for showing up today.
Thank you. You are welcome. You are most welcome.
To all our viewers, please, if you have not yet subscribed, please hit that subscription button so that when we do the next video, you'll be one of the first people to know about it. And I want to say, it's time for Nigeria to grow up. There's no need for us to continue to hide behind one finger. Nigeria is not working. A lot of countries that we were on the same level in 1960, Singapore, Brazil, South Korea. Look at where they are today. Nigeria is a multi-ethnic country. It's just like you putting United Kingdom, France, and Germany together in one country. It's too big. And we are just, we are struggling with each other for power, for resources. It's time for Nigeria to break up peacefully. That is my opinion. I think that the North can survive on their own. They have gold, they have lithium, they have tin and columbine. They have so many resources they can live on. The eastern part of Nigeria, there's a lot of oil there. There is coal there. There's so many things they can live on. In the southwestern part of Nigeria, there's a lot of human resources, and I think there's a bit of oil, and we have a lot of banks, and so there's so many things that they too can live on. So there's no point killing each other. There's no point. We don't need to continue killing each other. I think it's time to resolve Nigeria. Thank you and goodbye. I think I wish you a very lovely new week, and I'll see you again next Sunday. Goodbye.
What?